Hello children, let me welcome you to the virtual class of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher. Children, we are in the middle of this COVID-19 pandemic, and because of that we are not able to go to school, but that doesn't mean we are going to stop learning. So we are going to do many lessons which are very interesting from your textbook through the virtual class here. So let us do a lesson in English today. Children, let's start with a new lesson in Standard 8th. Subject is scholarship, and the topic is a lesson in scholarship English. But it is a little different from what we have been learning all this while. So when we did scholarship lessons in English, children, we talked about lessons like noun, lessons like adjective, we talked about many grammar points, language study, etc. Now this is a totally different kind of topic as far as English is concerned. So in this, we will be learning a little bit about technology. All right, we will be learning about emails, websites, and SMS. So now, why is it necessary to learn all this? Why do you need to learn more about email? Why you need to learn more about website and SMS? Why? Because now since the past 2 years, you must have seen most of the things that we do, whether it is learning, whether it is shopping, we are doing it using computers and using our phone. Okay, so now when you're using computers, what do you use computers for? You use computers to send emails, you use computers for shopping. What about SMS? Then you do SMS on the phone. Nowadays, we do not do too many SMSs, but we use WhatsApp, Messenger, etc. But anyways, whenever you use all these apps or whenever you use all these applications, like you use the Google for writing emails, you use SMS applications, you use WhatsApp, you make use of language. And you know that most of the language on the web is English. Okay, you can find knowledge, you can find information in local languages also, but mostly you will find the use of English as far as all these applications and technology is concerned. So we have to know how to use language, we have to know how to write things, we have to know what is written. That is why it is necessary for us to learn how to write web emails, how to write SMSs, and how to get more information about websites, how to read information on the websites, etc. That is why we're using this particular topic to learn more about it in our language, that is English. Okay, so come on, let's start with this very interesting lesson. Now children, you must have seen that we are going to deal with a lot of topics. We're going to talk about email, we're going to talk about websites and SMS as well. So this lesson might go a little long, you can say, and if it becomes very lengthy, then what we will do is we will cut it up into two parts. All right, we'll make two videos. So come on, let's start with email, websites and SMS. So in the beginning, let us understand that emails are sent using computers. Okay, and for emails, you need to use the World Wide Web, or you need to use the internet as you call it. And on the internet, there are various websites. Okay, and there are various search engines also. That is, places which allow you to go to various websites. All right, so email and websites, they are all available on your computer. When you want to send an email, then you have to use either your computer or your phones on which these applications are available. All right, now what about the next thing that we will learn, that is SMS. We will learn more about SMS language. Now we send SMSs, or what is the SMS? It is the short messaging service. So we send SMS again using our phones. Okay, so these are all the things that we are going to learn and talk about today. Now, all this is part of a particular portion in your scholarship syllabus in English, which is called as creative writing. And there is 24% of your scholarship syllabus which is assigned to this, creative writing. So out of 100 marks, 24 marks you will get for creative writing. Okay, and under creative writing, we have all these topics. We have to learn about emails, we have to learn about websites, we have to learn about SMS language like we just discussed. Then apart from that, you should know report writing. Okay, how to write reports. What is the meaning of a report writing? We will learn when we do that video. But now, in short, you see something and then you have to write about what you have seen. Okay, without giving your opinion or without coloring it. You have to report the facts. You have to write what you have seen. So that is called as report writing. Then you have quotations, proverbs, etc. Okay, then you have a lesson based on letter writing in creative writing. Then you have slogans, all right, then you have advertisements, and you have news. So these are all the various topics which comes under creative writing. That is when you use your output skills in English. So when you want to learn English, what do? You listen, all right, you read when you want to learn. When you want to produce the language, you speak or you write. And when you write creatively, means it is a higher order writing skill. Simply writing, copying down from the board, or learning an answer and writing is different. When you write creatively, when you use creative writing, means you're using your own talents to write well. Okay, so this is all about creative writing. So, which are the topics that we are going to deal with today in this particular lesson? We will talk about emails, we will talk about websites, and we will talk about SMS language. So, we will try to see emails in detail today. Okay, so come on, let's start and understand what an email is. Now, when you open a computer and you go to Google, you will see this kind of a logo. That means a mail. This is like an envelope. You must have seen when you get letters, when you get invitations, you get it in these envelopes. So this is a kind of an envelope. Okay, and it is an email. So now what is an email? An email is something which you send using the websites, using the internet. Okay, so we are going to learn about emails today. So now one thing that we have understood is basically emails are sent using computers. They were sent in the beginning using computers. Now what happened is slowly these phones started getting advanced. In the beginning, when the telephones were invented, we had those landline phones which used to be fixed in a place. Okay, you couldn't move it around. Then came the mobile phones which you could take from one place to another. But in the beginning, on the mobile phones, you could still only make calls. You could only call someone or you could receive calls. Then slowly we started messaging using the mobile phones. Then we had these Android phones where you could watch games, you could watch movies, and you could also use it like you use a computer. So we could start sending emails on your mobile phones also. The mobile phones also started getting used in order to write and send mails. So basically, the email was sent using computers. So that means we have to understand what computers are. Okay, so there are various types of computers, children. You must have seen all these types at some point or the other in your life. Now, the most common kind of computer that you must have seen is the desktop computer. The computer which you keep on top of a desk. You cannot move it around, okay? It is a desktop computer. So, it has got various parts. It is quite heavy and it needs a lot of space, etc. Then came the laptop. Now, as it suggests, you can place it on your lap. You can place it on top of your lap and you can use it. So, that is a laptop. Okay, and one thing which is different as far as the desktop and the laptop is concerned is just like the landline phone and the mobile phone. The landline phone you cannot carry it to places, but the mobile phone you can take it from one place to another. In the same way, the desktop computer could not be carried around, but the laptop, yes, you could carry it from one place to another. Then came the notebook, okay, which is again smaller than the laptop in size and more convenient to carry around. Then you had the hybrid phones, and then there were the tablet PCs. That is the personal computer in the form of a big mobile, a tablet PC. And finally, now in everyone's hand, you will see the smartphone. The smartphone makes you smart. Okay, that means it allows you to do so many things which you could once upon a time do only on the computer. Now you can do it on the smartphone. You can send mails, you can receive mails, of course you can make calls, you can use various applications like the Facebook or the Twitter, the Instagram, you can pay bills, you can do shopping. That is why it is called as a smartphone, a phone which can do various things. Alright, so all these we can call them as types of computers. Whether it is a desktop, whether it is a laptop, whether it is a notebook, a tablet, a smartphone, etc. Now we come to the computer. Let's see that now. Let's think that we are talking about a PC now. Let's forget the smartphone for a second now. Yeah. We are talking about the PC, okay, the personal computer. It could be a personal computer like a desktop, or it could be a laptop. Now, whenever you open it, when you put on the computer, this which you see on the screen, you will be able to see something pop up like this. This is called as a user interface. That is, it allows you to use the computer. Okay, now there are various things on this computer. Let me try and point it out to you. All right, so see, we have this on top, the called as this PC. Can you see this? This PC. So whatever files are there in the computer, whatever you have attached to the computer, for example, we attach pen drive nowadays. Okay, and once upon a time we used to put in those floppy drives, floppies. So now we do not use floppies at all, we use pen drives. Okay, so all that you will be able to read under this PC application. So when you click on this PC, it will open and it will show you what all things are there on your computer. Then there are so many other things. For example, see here, you can see something called as Pause Gani. Okay, that is rain songs. So there is a folder full of rain songs in this on this PC. So when you click on it, that will open up. All right. Then there are so many other things. See, clock reading, clocks and times. Okay. Then you have so many other things. For example, the media player. All right. Then you have here a video about Shivaji Maharaj. So there are so many things on the sea, land and sea breezes. All right. So there are so many things which are available for you to see and use on the user interface. So this is the first thing you will be able to see when you put on your computer or you put on your PC, the user interface. And from here, then you move on and you start using your computer. For example, if I want to see Pause Gani today, that is, if I want to see rain songs today, what will I do? I will click on the Pause Gani option or on that particular image. If I want to open my PC and I want to see what all things are there on my PC, which folders are there and which storage facilities are there, then I will click on this PC. And if I want to get some information about science and environment, here it is. I can click on science and environment. Okay, so this is called as the user interface on a computer. Let's now move on and let's see this very important thing which you will be able to see when you want to search for something, and that is the Google. Okay, it is one of the most popular search engines. Now, what is a search engine? A search engine is a place where you go and search for things. If you know the website, then you put in the website. If I don't know the website, for example, I want to find out about a particular school in Mumbai. For example, Campion School. So if I simply type in here, I will have to type, okay? I will use my keyboard and I will type here C-A-M, okay, the name of the school. And if I click enter, the computer will give me what all information about Campion School that it has. Whatever information it has, it will give it to me. All right. And now we have to take a look at one more thing. Can you see here? I'm pointing it out for you. Gmail. Okay. So now Gmail is the email facility provided to you by Google. So Google also provides an email facility which we usually, most of us, we use Gmails only. Okay, there are other mail search engines also, there are other mail service providers also, but basically most of us today, we use Gmails, that is mails which is a facility provided by Google. Alright, so then you have other things also, see, you have YouTube on Google. Can you see the next one? Here, next to mails, you have YouTube. Alright, and there are many other things also. See, welcome to Google. Then you have Chrome Web Store from where you can take various apps. So all these things you will be able to find on your computer. Now, what are we interested in? We are not interested in any other thing right now. We are interested in looking at emails. Okay, so what is an email? Let's understand that first. Email means electronic mail. So this is a new concept. The E part, that is the electronic part, is a new concept. But the concept of mail is a very old concept. In the earlier times, before technology, pigeons used to carry mail. Okay, the messages were tied into small pieces of paper. They were wrapped around the legs of pigeons, and the pigeons were trained to carry this mail. Later on, we had post offices and we had letters which we could write and put it in the post box. The postmaster would collect it and the postman would deliver it. So that was mail, which was different. That would take a lot of time. Now, if I sent a letter from here to suppose my native place in Kerala, it will take at least 4 or 5 days for the letter to reach there. All right. Then came the email. When the computers started getting developed, we started a concept called as email. Email means what? Electronic mail. Mail which is sent via the electronic medium, that is via the computer. So, to send an email, what do we need? We need to remember certain things. We need a computer, we need an application or a search engine like Google, and we have to remember certain points also. Okay, so come on, let's learn about an email now. So here it is. Read the email address given in the mail. So you're supposed to read the address. Now see, every letter that you sent, when you sent it by post, it needs to have an address. Correct? Whether you send it by post, whether you send it by courier, it needs to have an address. It needs to have your address also, sender's address, but most importantly, it needs to have the receiver's address. Only then the mail will reach, the letter will reach its destination. In the same way, for emails also, we need to have proper email IDs or email addresses. So first you will read from where the mail has come. Okay, if you're receiving the mail, you will read from where the mail has come. If you're sending the mail, you will check the email address properly. Then, read to whom the mail is sent. First, you check whether the mail is going to go to the right person. Second, read the mail of the sender. So, whenever you see an email, you will always see who has sent it and who is receiving it also. After that, observe the signs given on the toolbar or the menu bar. So there are many sections of the mail. When I show you an example, you will understand. Observe all of them properly. Okay? Read the questions and options given in the paper. Now, after you see all that, now in your question paper, you will have certain questions and you will have certain options also in the answer. So to find out, to write the answers or to select the correct options, you have to first observe the mail properly. Alright, try to find out signs on the toolbar, menu bar, task bar to find out answers of the given questions. You can make notes also if you want. Okay, so this is how an email should be read properly, or you should prepare in this manner for the questions which will appear in your exam. Alright, now let's now move on and let's look at an email. So I have opened Google now. Okay, and here I'm clicking on Gmail. As soon as I click on Gmail, the email option will open up, and we will have to first check whether you have an account. Okay, if you have an account, it will open up. If you do not have an account, then what do? Then you have to create an account. See here, I've shown you, you have to create. It will take you to the option of creating an account. First, it will ask you to sign in or continue to Gmail. When can you sign in? When can you continue? You can sign in and continue only if you have an account. If you do not have an account, then you have to create an account. Okay, then if you have an account, then what will you do? You will have to write your email ID over here. Every person, just like that person has an address, In the same way, every person has to create an independent or unique separate email ID. And every email ID has got a password too. Now, the password is for your own protection so that no one can read your mails. Will you like it if someone opened your letters and tried to read it? We will not like it, okay? So, in the same way, we will not like it if someone reads our emails. So, we should always protect our email ID using a proper password. And once you enter your email ID here, once you enter your password here, you will sign in. Sign in. Now, only if your email ID and your password matches, only in that case, the PC will allow you to sign in or Google will allow you to sign in. Otherwise, what will it say? It will straight away tell you that your password is incorrect, your email ID is incorrect. And then you're not able to remember your password. Sometimes it happens, isn't it? What will you do then? You will go to need help. There, they will allow you to create a new password. All right, if you have forgotten. Now, if you do not want all this to happen, what can you do is you can stay signed in. So each time you need not sign in. But remember, you cannot do this in computers which are used by many people. If I have an independent computer for myself, then I can stay signed in. If many other people are also using your computer, then you cannot stay signed in. Then you will not have any privacy. Anyone will be able to read your mail. Okay, so this is about signing in and this is about creating an account. Let's see the next step. So suppose I have signed in already. Okay, I see I've entered my email ID. I've entered my password, and remember, passwords are never revealed. Okay, see, the password will always appear like this in the form of dots. Now, why is it? Is it to confuse you? No, it is not to confuse you. It is to keep you protected. All right. So now we have the email ID. I have entered the email ID. I have entered the password and everything is fine. So it is allowing me to sign in. So once I click on the sign in button, this page will appear. So this is my email page. Here it allows me various options. For example, see, inbox. Can you see here? I've underlined it. Inbox. That means how many mails I have received. You need to keep clearing your inbox. You need to keep on wiping your inbox clean. Just like if you have a drawer where you keep your letters. And if you do not throw away the old letters, your drawer starts overflowing, isn't it? In the same way, you have to keep clearing your inbox from time to time. Then you have these starred messages, means the messages which are very important messages. You do not want these messages to get deleted. Okay, then again you have one more section for important mails. You have mails which you have sent. Okay, then you have drafts. Can you see? You have drafts here, 96, that is mails which you have written but you have not sent. You have personal mails, you have travel related mails, etc. Now we will talk about the next option, that is compose. I want to write a new mail. So what will I do? I will go to this option, compose. Compose means to write a mail. Okay, I will compose a mail. As soon as I press on the compose button, this window will pop up. See, now in this window there are so many things that we have to see. The first one is to whom I am sending the mail. See, I can type a new message here. A new mail can be sent here. To whom I am sending this mail. So that person's email ID will come here. Then the subject of the mail. Okay, I will enter the subject of the mail here. All right, and then I will start writing whatever I want to write. For example, this is to inform you that I have received your parcel, whatever messages. The message may be a personal email, it might be a professional email, whatever message you want to write will be written here. And then there is the send option. Okay, remember, you can send the mail directly. But suppose I want to attach certain things. I want to add certain documents to this. I will click on this pin shaped button, attach button. and I will attach whatever I want to send. I will have to open to attach. Okay. Then if I want to send copies of this to people, see here there is the CC copy to. After everything is done, I will send this mail. Alright. So now the mail is gone. It will show in my sent section. So this is how the email looks like. Again, you can see some columns look in the same color, whereas there are some which are still white in color. So these white ones means you have not opened them yet. See one here, and one here. They are in a different color. That means you have not opened them. You have not read them yet. Okay. And remaining of the things I told you, see there are 1 to 50 on this page, and totally on this there are 1042 mails. Alright, and 1 to 50 is on this page. If you want to go to the next page, see you have to go to this arrow. Alright, so this is all the basic information about emails. You can note down certain points also if you want. You can pause the video and note down certain points, because there are certain questions which will come up based on this particular page now to see whether you have understood. Okay, so come on, let's see the questions. Choose the correct alternative. How many mails are not read by the person? So is it 1, 3 mails, 2, 6 mails, 3, 2 mails, or 4, 1 mail? How many mails are not read by the person yet? 3 mails are not read by the person yet. We just saw. See, let's see once again. So which mails are not read? 1, this one, 2, this one, and 3, the third one. So the web and SMS mail, 6th history lesson mail, and 6th geography lesson mail has not been read by me yet. Okay, coming to the next question. Choose the correct alternative. How many drafts are there? Draft means, what did I tell you? We have composed a mail, but we have not sent it. We will be sending it very soon, or maybe we will just, you can say, throw it away also. We will delete it also. But right now it is in the form of a draft. How many are there? 112, 223, 396, or 414. How many drafts are there, children? There are 96 drafts. So you remember, here it is. How many drafts? 96 drafts are there on my Gmail. Alright, next, choose the correct alternative. In front of the mail, timing and date is written. What does it indicate? What does the timing and date mean? It indicates at what time and date the mail was received. It indicates who sent the mail. It indicates when the mail was sent, or it indicates why we should send the mail. So what does this timing and date mean on the mail? What does it mean? It means at what time and date the mail was received by your PC. So whenever you receive the mail, that timing will come up on the email. Okay? Then the next question. The sentence, stay signed in with tick mark suggests. What does it mean? I explained it to you. Stay signed in suggests keep the Gmail page open always. Means you have to complain to someone. Means you have to write your password only. Means you have to write your email ID. What does it mean? It means to stay signed in. Means to keep your email page always open. But remember, I told you a word of caution also. I told you should do it only if it is your personal computer. That is, only you are using the computer. You can stay signed in. Alright. Then we come to the next question here about mail. Choose the correct alternative. Which symbol suggests important mail? So for important mail, which is the symbol? Is it a star? Is it a circle and a star? Is it a kind of an arrow, or is it a square? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which one? It is the first one. It is a star. So whenever the mail is starred, it means it will not get delayed or deleted very easily. Then choose the correct alternative. You signed in for Gmail account. You forgot your password. Where will you click on? Will you click on 1, email? Will you click on 2, password? Will you click on 3, need help? Or will you click on stay signed in? Where will you click on? You will click on the third option, that is need help. Coming to the next one. You have a lot of junk mail. Junk mail means what? Sometimes you give your email ID to people, not directly,
but certain sites, they ask for your email ID and they will not allow you to go ahead without giving them your email ID. So you do give them your email ID. Now they start sending mails, unnecessarily advertisements, they try to sell you things and you're not interested. So all this will go in the junk mail category, junk, kachara. Okay, so you don't want these mails. On what option will you click to remove unwanted mail? There are unwanted things. What will you do? You will go to archive. Archive means you will save it forever. Will you go to move to, or will you put it somewhere else? Will you go to labels or will you go to delete? You will go to delete. Okay, the next one now. Choose the correct alternative. You have a lot of mails. You want to find out mails about science exhibition. You will find a lot of icons. Icons means images on top. On what icon will you click? Okay, now you want a mail about science exhibition only. So what icon will you click? Will you click an icon about web? Will you click the icon about search mail? Will you click the icon about reader or about photos? So you have to search, right? So you will go to search mail. Simple. So children, these were questions based on email only. Like I told you, we have to learn about SMSs and we have to learn about websites too. But that we will do it in the next video. Why? Because this video has become very lengthy. Now what will you do? Watch the entire video, watch it right to the end. I will give you certain exercises, simple exercises towards the end of the lesson. So try to attempt that also.
So children, now you have watched the video. So after you watch the video now, you will have to complete a few simple tasks. Now you might have watched the video on your computers or your laptops or your mobile phones. Now after you watch the video, what will you do? You will please go to the description box which is given below the video. So what is the description box? See, the description box looks like this. Alright, and after you go to the description box, you will see that there are a few questions there. Now what are these questions about? These questions are about the lesson that we just learned or the video that you just watched. So what will you do? You will think back properly about the lesson and you will try and answer these questions and note down the answers in your notebook if you want. Okay? After that, we have another task waiting. You will also click on the link which you will find in the description box to fill up the Google form. So now what is the Google form, children? It is nothing but a simple form. There are a few simple questions there about the video which you just saw and also about yourself. So these are the tasks now that you will have to complete after you watch each video. So children, wasn't that a very interesting lesson? I'm sure you learned a lot of new things in this lesson. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my video so that you will get to see all the videos which I keep posting regularly.